Hey, a quick heads up before this video starts. We are going to drink alcohol in this video, so if that's not your thing or you don't want that to be your thing, maybe just watch a different one. But if you're comfortable with it, we are going to explore the interesting correlation between musical composition and mixology, so stick around. So, Rhett, the crash course in tiny songs, no rules. Well,
Okay.
actually, there's one rule, and that's that the decisions that we make are determined by the thing that's inspiring us.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about what's cool. We are trying to make this music sound like the drink, and that's all we have to worry about.
Okay.
We have a cocktail.
Yeah.
That's 4 ingredients.
4 very distinct and very powerful ingredients.
One of them is tart or sour.
Yep.
One of them is
Bitter.
One of them is sweet, and
Yes.
one of them is smoky.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I think we should do. We're going to make a song with 4 layers. So we have to create musical parts that represent each of these ingredients of the cocktail, and then when you put them together, it's a complete, thoughtful, enjoyable piece of music in the same way that when we take these 4 strong flavors and put them together, it's an enjoyable cocktail. That's the
Yes.
goal.
So this is one of my favorite drinks. This is a mezcal paper plain. So this drink is easy because it's equal parts of everything.
Okay,
So start
cool.
with 2 ounces of lemon juice.
2 ounces lemon juice.
Then we'll do 2 ounces of Aperol,
Aperol.
which is like a bitter aperitif.
Okay.
Like a post-dinner kind of sipping drink. Then 2 ounces of AMARO NONINO. That's where our sweetness is coming from. We're not adding sugar or anything to this. And then 2 ounces of our spirit, in this case, mezcal. What we think of as mezcal, or what I think of as mezcal, is traditionally like a tequila that's really smoky. So at some point in the distillation process, they would have smoked the agave hearts before they distilled it, or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And there's a lot happening with that. It's really hot, like right off the bat. You get the bite and the burn of the alcohol up in your sinuses and your nose and everything.
Yep.
But then it develops into this really smoky, almost kind of hollow taste. I mean, it's like kind of a campfire
Yeah.
kind of feel.
I'm curious what smoky drums would sound like. It might have to do with some of the processing.
Well, that
Progression
makes sense though,
or
because
distortion.
the smoke in that comes from the processing.
So we're taking some funky drums, we're making them saturated, compressed, giving them a vibe from the processing.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that. That's a good place to start.
that's kind of saturated, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little funkier.
I think it's something that sounds like real.
It's Clyde Stubblefield loop pack we got from Yurt Rock. I mean, that's like straight ahead Clyde Stubblefield, James Brown type stuff. And the cool thing is, these loops are pretty clean, so it leaves a lot of room for some saturation and some processing that we can control.
To me, that's more mezcal.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
I really like the way the hats sound.
I do too, and I think I like that fill, and I like how sparse the kick is.
Yeah. And if it were mezcal, it would be processed.
Yeah. So it's getting a little bit of crunch, a little saturation.
I like that. Just nothing.
That's cool.
Maybe like 40%?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
nothing on it. Maybe a little more even.
Culture vulture.
Mezcal?
Mezcal.
It's very, for being so smoky, it's very sweet and clear when you smell it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Done. Mezcal. So there's dry.
Yep.
Dry. That's a little plate. Fat one time. What you think?
I like it.
Mezcal?
Yeah.
Why don't we try and do 2 at the same time?
Guitar and bass.
Guitar and bass.
Okay.
So those parts being the guitar being the lemon juice.
Lemon juice guitar sound.
Lemon juice guitar sound. And then the bass is the AMARO. Okay, so bass AMARO, which
Yeah.
is sweet and warm and caramely.
Yeah, really sweet.
And then guitar is going to be more acidic.
Right. Lemon juice. Tart.
So if that were a guitar sound,
something
that be?
really shrill, really thin.
so by itself not pleasant, but something that's going to like make everything pop.
Yeah, and possibly like an octave kind of sound.
Uh-huh.
I've got some pedals that I might bring down.
I feel like we're on the right track for the guitar sound. Let's talk about the bass sound for a second.
A little bitter, but overall really sweet. Sort of fruity, florally, kind of.
Yeah,
bitterness
caramely,
needs to come
sweet.
through. Let me hear your sound right now if you got it dialed up. So it's an arpeggiator. And it's synced to the tempo.
the tempro, bro.
It's synced to the tempo. And I got it set to a pentatonic scale, so it's just going between those 5 notes. And then I'm going to pick one note, just the root.
That sounds like lemon juice. Maybe we'll just like see what happens with the groove. Okay, so we have 3 of our 4 layers now. We have our drums, which is our mezcal, and then we need
Lemon juice.
lemon juice. That was the guitar with
Right.
What was that thing?
That's the synesthesia from GFI going into the Zoya.
And then for the bass was the AMARO. So we used the Mustang, and we used the Bender Fuzz, and we used the Compadre for a boost, and the Flint with some spring reverb. Now we need our 4th layer, which is our AMARO.
Yep. So it starts sweet and then gets bitter. Starts really sweet and then gets really bitter.
Yeah, it's like when it first hits my mouth, it is sweet, and then that bitterness, it almost like crescendos.
So what if we tried grabbing my Tascam 4-track?
Is it actually like it actually has a little tape in there?
Yeah, it's got a cassette tape in there. Yeah, with I made a tape loop. And
Okay.
then we can record maybe like a pad, a synthy kind of pad thing from the OP1 into the Tascam, and then we can use the filters, the EQ on the Tascam
And,
to
like-
like open it up.
Okay, let's try it.
So I opened up the cassette, cut the loop out, cut the tape out, taped it into a little loop, and this is like a 10 or 12-second little loop that we can record up to 4 tracks to, and then we can fade the 4 tracks in. We have 4.
So, Rhett, we're only allowed to have 4 parts, and you just made one of the parts have 4 more
No,
parts.
listen. What we can do, I have an idea. We could record a really sweet, soft, warm kind of sound on track 1. Then we can record a really harsh, bitter sound on track 2. And then we can be the envelope. So we can be here.
So
and
it's like 1 is like when you first taste it, and then 2
and then
is like
it fades into 2.
How was your first Tiny Song experience?
It was great.
It's fun?
Yeah. I would do it again. 10 out of 10. I would Tiny Song again.
It was fun having you. Thank you for being a part of it. And if you don't already follow Rhett's channel, you definitely should, because it's awesome and there's so much to be learned on his channel, and it's just cool and fun. So make sure to subscribe to Rhett's channel if you haven't already. This has been a blast.
We should do a record.
All right.
All right. Fine.